If Omega disappeared tomorrow, which watches under 5K would instantly skyrocket in value, vanish from the market, or become instant collector legends? Prices are shifting, interest is climbing, and not all Omegas are created equal. In this video, we're going to be breaking down the smartest Omega buys under $5,000 right now. I'll give you real prices, practical features, and a 5-word verdict for each, plus one rare addition that most people completely overlook. Let's get into it. Number 1, the Omega Speedmaster Reduced, reference number 351050. The Omega Speedmaster Reduced was introduced in 1988 as a more approachable alternative to the full-size Speedmaster Professional Moonwatch. With a compact 39mm case and an automatic movement, the Omega Caliber 3220, which is based on the ETA 2890A2 with a Dubois Desprez chronograph module, it delivered core Speedmaster aesthetics. The size and format made daily wear easier and more accessible. You still get the black dial, the tachometer bezel, the triple register layout, and even a Hesalite crystal for that classic vintage feel. But unlike the Moonwatch, this one won't require hand winding every morning. Discontinued in 2010, the Speedmaster Reduced has quietly gained cult status. This is especially true among those with smaller wrists or a preference for automatic movements. Early tritium-loomed versions develop a rich, creamy patina that vintage collectors love. Full box sets are becoming harder to find and steadily increasing in value. Prices on the secondary market hover between $2,200 and $4,500, depending on condition, loom type, and whether the original papers are included. The value trend is flat to slightly up, with auction results showing consistent interest from first-time buyers and collectors alike. If you're chasing the speedy look without the manual wind ritual or the Moonwatch price tag, this is a smart, low-risk entry. Just don't expect it to be a one-to-one Moonwatch substitute. The dial layout is slightly altered due to the modular movement, and it does read automatic under the Speedmaster logo at 12. Still, for the price, it delivers authentic legacy in a package that is wearable, reliable, and quietly gaining respect. Number 2, the Omega DeVille Hour Vision, reference number 431 10 42 51 01 001. The Omega DeVille Hour Vision chronograph is one of those rare pieces that quietly flexes serious horological muscle without ever raising its voice. Introduced in the late 2000s, this model was a turning point for Omega, debuting the in-house Caliber 9300 and signaling the brand's move away from outsourced movements. It was built not just to perform, but to show off. Early Hour Vision models even had sapphire side windows in the case. Now, while this particular version doesn't include that party trick, it does keep the exhibition case back, letting you admire a movement that rivals Rolex's 4130 in tech, but goes a step further by actually letting you see it. At 42 millimeters, it wears with presence but not bulk. The dial work is pure under-the-radar luxury. Roman numerals, layered textures, and a black lacquer finish that plays with the light. It is elegant without being soft. From a usability standpoint, this is a chronograph that works hard. 60-hour power reserve, 100-meter water resistance, and an intuitive layout that reads clean at a glance. What makes this piece stand out even more is how frequently it's overlooked. While everyone's chasing Seamasters and Speedmasters, the Hour Vision is sitting in the corner with platinum-level finishing and a price that still flies under most radars. Current market prices range between $3,500 and $5,000, depending on condition and whether it comes with a box and papers. Value has remained stable over the past few years, but as more buyers catch on to what the Caliber 9300 represents, Omega's full transition into modern in-house mastery, it's likely that this model's stock will rise. It's an ideal move for anyone who wants something different. A chronograph that is technically impressive, visually rich, and positioned just far enough outside the mainstream to feel like a discovery. Number 3, the Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean, reference number 2900 5182. This watch was launched around 2005, and it wasn't just another dive watch, it was a declaration. This was Omega stepping back into the deep end, reviving its legacy of professional dive instruments with modern specs and a bold design that refused to blend in. Inspired by the original Seamaster 300 from 1957, this model updated the formula with a 600-meter depth rating, a helium escape valve, and Omega's then groundbreaking coaxial caliber 2500 movement, a move that marked the brand's shift towards mechanical innovation and long-term performance. The 45.5mm case, nicknamed XL, sounds massive on paper, but thanks to its tapered lugs and ergonomic rubber strap, it wears far more comfortably than its dimensions suggest. Design-wise, this Planet Ocean is unapologetically bold. The orange numerals and minute track became a signature of early Planet Oceans. And while the trend has softened in later generations, this first-gen colorway remains one of the most recognizable and collectible. The aluminum bezel, while less scratch-resistant than ceramic, gives the watch a matte tool watch edge that fans of vintage divers will appreciate. It's a watch that doesn't hide its intentions. It's built for pressure, but it cleans up well enough to slide under a blazer. Prices on the secondary market typically fall between $3,000 and $4,500, depending on condition and whether the box and papers are included. It's not a piece that's spiking in value, but it holds steady, respected for what it represents, the start of a new era for Omega's dive watches. Number 4, the Omega Seamaster Diver 300-meter Beijing, reference number 522 3042 2003 001. The Omega Seamaster Diver 300-meter is more than just another Olympic tie-in. It's a stealthy collector's piece hiding behind a diver's body. Released as a tribute to Omega's role as the official timekeeper of the 2022 Winter Games, the watch carries subtle nods to that legacy without screaming limited edition. Case in point, the colored hour markers at 2, 4, 8, 10, and 12 o'clock. Each one a nod to the Olympic rings, woven into the design so discreetly that you'd only notice if you knew to look. Under the hood, it's all business. You get the Meta-certified caliber 8800, offering anti-magnetic protection to 15,000 Gauss, a 55-hour power reserve, and chronometer-grade accuracy. Basically everything that you'd expect from a modern Seamaster, but with a few quiet upgrades. The unidirectional titanium bezel, for example, isn't just lightweight, it features a raised relief engraving instead of the usual ceramic insert. That detail alone sets it apart from standard models and gives it a more tactile tool watch edge. Originally retailing near $6,000, the Beijing Seamaster now trades on the secondary market for $4,500 to $5,000, depending on condition and whether it comes with the full set. It's currently underperforming the broader Omega market, down around 8.7% year over year, but there's a reason to keep an eye on it. Olympic edition watches have historically taken time to mature in value, and this one, with its clean execution and its subtle theming, avoids the loud branding that often dates limited pieces. If you're looking for a Seamaster that delivers everyday reliability with a collector's twist, this is a compelling pick. Just know that short-term resale probably isn't the play here. Long game only. Number 5, the Omega Seamaster Professional Diver 300-meter, reference number 210 30 42 2001 001. The Omega Seamaster Diver 300-meter is the evolution of a modern icon, the Bond watch that has gone from action hero gear to horological benchmark. First introduced to the world in 1993 and worn by Pierce Brosnan in GoldenEye, this 2018 redesign marked a serious shift in both execution and ambition. It kept the signature elements, the helium escape valve, the wave dial, and the skeletonized hands, but elevated every detail. The laser-etched ceramic dial now delivers rich gloss and depth, while the date window's move to 6 o'clock balances the layout perfectly. Flip it over, and you'll see Omega's Naiad Lock Exhibition caseback, where the engraved text always lines up just right, a flex of engineering and design. Powered by the Meta-certified caliber 8800, the watch is anti-magnetic up to 15,000 Gauss, boasts a 55-hour power reserve, and hits a real-world accuracy of -0 to +5 seconds per day. Basically, it's ready for anything, whether that's an actual dive or a black tie event. The versatility here is hard to beat. It wears just as well under a cuff as it does strapped to the outside of a wetsuit. Market-wise, this Seamaster holds its ground. Retail is around $5,400, but secondary prices range from $4,000 to $5,800. Over the last 5 years, it has actually outperformed most of the Seamaster line, up over 15%, which isn't Rolex-level growth, but it does show healthy long-term stability. And from a cultural standpoint, it's a heavy hitter. Prince William wears one, Joe Biden wears one. And even though Daniel Craig switched to the Planned Ocean later, the 300-meter remains the Seamaster that started the Bond legacy. If you're looking for that perfect crossover, technical, elegant, historically legit, this watch doesn't just check the boxes. It is the standard by which modern Omega divers are judged. Number 6, the Omega Seamaster Aquaterra 150 meter. Reference number 220 10 38 2003 002. The Omega Seamaster Aquaterra strikes a rare balance. Sporty, yet refined. Technical, yet effortlessly stylish, which is why it's often called the unisex sweet spot in Omega's lineup. Launched as part of the 2017-2018 refresh, this 38mm model introduced the horizontal teak pattern dial inspired by yacht decks, combined with improved bracelet integration and case ergonomics that make it comfortable on almost any wrist. Retailing at around $6,300, the Aquaterra's secondary market price sits in the $4,000 to $4,500 range. Solid value for a watch that has been steadily appreciating and has recently outperformed Omega's brand average by a slight margin. Its risk score is moderate at 68 out of 100, reflecting some short-term price volatility but strong long-term desirability, especially given the growing fan base that includes off-screen James Bond Daniel Craig and style icon George Clooney. While it doesn't shout for attention, it definitely signals serious taste, whether you're in a boardroom or on a weekend getaway. What makes the Aquaterra special is its seamless versatility paired with a quietly sophisticated design language. The teak dial pattern isn't just pretty, it's a clever homage to the nautical heritage, while the Meta certification guarantees resilience against magnetic interference that would throw off lesser movements. This watch isn't just about looking good, it is built to perform, day in and day out in every setting. And finally, number 7, the Omega Speedmaster X33 Regatta, reference number 318 9245 7901 001. The Omega Speedmaster X33 Regatta isn't just a watch, it's a mission instrument disguised as a timepiece. Developed for the Emirates Team New Zealand's America's Cup campaign and limited to just 2017 pieces, this hybrid analog-digital chronograph is precision engineered for one very specific high-stakes job: launching a yacht at 40 knots with perfect timing. It's powered by Omega's thermo-compensated caliber 5620 quartz movement, which may sound clinical until you realize that it's one of the most functionally loaded movements that Omega has ever made. Think race countdowns, mission timers, alarms, UTC, local time, chronograph, perpetual calendar, and even a regatta-specific pre-start sequence function. All packed into a 45mm titanium case that wears light but looks like it means business. The design is equally dialed in. The matte black and blue dial contrasts with the luminous analog hands and clear digital displays, while the black ceramic bezel is set with a liquid metal minute track that'll never fade or wear off. This isn't a Bond watch, it's more G-Shock meets spaceship, but with Omega's finishing and functionality taken to the extreme. And while it might not be a red carpet staple, it's got a legit pedigree among serious sailors, tech watch collectors, and Omega's more niche-loving fan base. Current prices sit between $3,350 and $5,450, depending on condition and completeness. But don't expect it to explode in value tomorrow. It's the kind of piece that invites conversation, not because of hype, but because most people have no idea what it actually does until you show them. For anyone who wants a luxury piece that doesn't follow the usual blueprint, and who appreciates true purpose-built design, the X33 Regatta is an intelligent, highly underrated pick. It's part of Omega's experimental edge, and it proves that not every collectible needs to be mechanical to matter. Every one of these Omegas proves that under 5K, you're not settling, you're strategizing. Some of these have legit historical weight, some fly way under the radar, and a few, they're just too smart not to buy right now. Got a budget or wrist size in mind? Drop it in the comments. I'll reply with 2 models that make sense for you. Hit like if you found your next Omega on this list, and make sure to subscribe for more real watch talk. Catch you in the next one.